When the sun sets and shadows grow long, the darkest secrets emerge from the silence. Welcome to Black Hour Studios, where every mystery has a price and every truth cuts deeper than the last. Tonight, we descend into the unknown. Welcome to Vanished, towns lost to the shadows. I'm your host, and tonight we journey deep into darkness, to a place hidden within the forest, a place no soul was meant to discover, a cabin that shouldn't exist. No path leads there, no records speak of it, just a door, weathered by time, waiting in the silence for someone to turn the handle. What lies within those walls is anyone's guess. But the last person who crossed that threshold never came back, never returned to tell the tale. Tonight, we follow their footsteps through the shadows to see what they witnessed before it vanished forever. Vanished, towns lost to the shadows. Episode 3. The cabin in the woods. No one was supposed to find. It began in the summer of 1997. 3 friends setting out for a weekend camping trip near Lake Darien, Maine. The plan was simple: follow the marked trails, set up camp, fish during the day, and tell stories by the fire at night. But the forest there has a way of keeping its own stories, and sometimes it tells them back. Emily, Chris, and Dana had hiked that region before, but this time they decided to take a trail. Not on any map they'd seen. It was narrower, overgrown, almost as if it didn't want to be found. It was well past midnight when Emily first heard it. A slow, steady tapping, somewhere deep among the trees. At first, she thought it was a branch, knocking in the wind. But then, the pattern changed. It was too deliberate, too controlled, almost like a signal. She grabbed her flashlight and stepped away from the campfire's glow. The further she walked, the louder it became, each step taking her deeper into darkness. And somewhere in the distance, the tapping turned into something else. The door was covered in markings, deep, deliberate etchings carved into the grain. Some were symbols, circles inside triangles, lines that crossed like runes. Others looked like numbers, dates maybe, some from decades ago. One stood out, 1992, scratched over, as if someone wanted to erase it, but couldn't. Emily reached out, her fingers tracing the grooves. The wood felt warm, too warm, as if someone had been there just moments before, and that's when she noticed the carvings weren't only on the door. They continued down the side of the cabin, disappearing into the shadows. Emily stepped off the porch, following the trail of carvings along the cabin's wall. They twisted downward like a spiral, each mark deeper than the last. As she rounded the corner, her flashlight beam caught something else. A single boot, half buried in the dirt, old. The leather cracked, laces missing, but next to it, fresh footprints, too fresh to ignore. They were small, barefoot, leading toward the back of the cabin. Emily froze. In the stillness, she heard it, a slow inhale, followed by the faint creak of floorboards inside. Someone was in there. Emily's hand hovered over the door handle. It was cold, much colder than the air around her. She took a breath, turned it slowly, and pushed the door open. The smell hit first, damp wood, and something faintly metallic, like rust or blood. Her flashlight cut through the darkness, revealing a single chair in the center of the room. On it, a bundle of cloth, frayed, stained, and tied shut with twine. The walls were covered in the same carvings as outside. Only here they were deeper, almost carved into the very structure itself. The air was still, too still, like the cabin itself was holding its breath. Emily's eyes locked on the bundle, The twine was old, brittle. It came apart with barely a pull. Inside, she found photographs, faded, curling at the edges, each one showing different people, all standing in front of the same cabin. This cabin. The dates on the back, decades apart, but the faces never aged. In the last photo, taken only months ago, Emily saw her own face. Her hands shook. Upstairs, the creaking stopped, and in the silence, she heard it. A slow, deliberate step coming down the stairs. Emily backed toward the door, clutching the bundle to her chest. The first step on the staircase groaned, then another. Closer now. The air grew heavy, as if the room itself was holding its breath. A shadow slid across the wall, tall, thin, its movements wrong. Her hand found the doorknob, ice cold. It wouldn't turn. "Who's there?" she whispered. But the words felt swallowed by the air. The figure reached the bottom step and stopped. Then, the lights went out. Emily's scream tore through the cabin, but outside, the forest stayed silent. When the lights flickered back, she was gone. On the table, the bundle she had clutched so tightly, inside a single Polaroid of her. Standing at the cabin door. The photo was dated tomorrow. Some say the cabin is still there, waiting. If you ever find it, don't go inside.